Hi, me again. And last video we had a look at how we can link data in Excel, firstly across two cells in one sheet, and then from sheet to sheet, and then finally how we can link to a closed file. This video is going to take a look at how we can actually link to tables on a web page, in other words displayed on the internet. If that web page changes, in other words if it's a live feed of some sort, then the Excel file data will also update when you refresh it. Okay, let's have a look first of all. Here is our website with a list of training dates for courses that are coming up. If I copy that web address, when I go to Excel, I can now use that to paste in. So I'm going to say data from web. I paste in the web address I just copied and click go. It does come up with an error. You'll get this quite frequently on web pages, and if you wrote the web page you could figure out what it is yourself. If you didn't, it may be quite difficult to understand what it is. In this instance, that's a Google feed which does some analytics and tells us how many visits the page has had. That doesn't run when you're using Excel because clearly I don't want my analytics to reflect every single time someone has updated the page in Excel. Now what you'll notice is next to everything with the table there is a little icon there, and if I click on that icon, this is now going to pick up all of the data within that table. So I'm going to say import. Ask me where I want this to go. I'm going to say new worksheet. Now unusually the new worksheet will go to the left of my current worksheet. Normally in Excel, when you add a new worksheet, it goes to the right of your current worksheet. So I'm just going to move it there now, and I'm going to rename this data, just so we don't have any confusion between the current data and that data. This is now linked to my source data on the website. Every time I open Excel, it will open up an external connection, and it will go to the web page and find that data source and update it. Okay, how is that useful? Well, now that we've done that, we can simply say over here, let me link to certain things. So I'm going to say this one equals, I'm going to go to my data source, I'm going to say it equals Excel. Down here, I'm going to say this equals, I'm going to say February. Here I'm going to say equals, again on my data source, March. You may be wondering why I'm doing this rather than using a relative reference, and hopefully this will be explained later on, perhaps in another video. So this one equals May. And now here I'm going to link to the actual dates of the course. This is my Excel, and my basic course is the one I'm looking at, and my March, and my April, and my May. Now clearly I could do that for the other courses. I'm just looking at the basic course here. Okay, I mentioned I might be doing this, why we're doing this in a later video. Let's do it now. I'm going to use some Excel magic to actually work out what that date is. Now, what I can't do, even though I've got 2016, is use the special functions like filling by example, because that is a flat copy and fill or copy and paste. What I need this to be dynamic so that when my source data changes, these will respond accordingly. So what I'm going to do is some little trickery here, and I'm just going to search for the space and then find the next character. Now actually I know that in that data, every single one of these dates is a 3-letter abbreviation for the day of the week, followed by a space. So all I need is equals mid, and the text that I want is the text in there, comma, and my start number is number 5, and I don't actually need to say the number of characters because I want from there until the end. But in some of these instances, actually, I've got 2 dates. So I am going to specify I just want it to be the 2 characters. Close my brackets and press enter. And now if I fill that down, that does actually give me the day of the week. Now over here, what I'm going to do is concatenate that together with the February, March, April, May. So here I'm going to say equals that and space and the month. Okay, now again, as I fill down, that is giving me some proper data, but if I drag it to the right, you'll notice how it's left aligned. That means that Excel has recognized this as text and not as dates. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to say equals that one there times 1. And that lets Excel convert the text into a number, and then all I do is I format that as a date. And that has now recognized them as actual dates. Now what I can do is I can say equals today, and I can now look here, put conditional formatting, highlight cells where it is greater than, and I'm going to say greater than that cell there, and let's have it as a green fill. And now all of these which are in the future will be highlighted in green. Let me just demonstrate that by putting in 20th of March. And you'll notice how only the ones that are in the future are now highlighted. Now, this is actually quite useful. The data here is what's going to update based upon the website data, and that's based upon this field here, which is a table on the website. Okay, a little bit of a long-winded video there. I hope it's been useful, and once more, thank you for listening.